So you're going to have to deal with my lack of incoherent thoughts and points that I'm going to try to make in this video because it's 1:30 in the morning and I got back from an 8-hour shift from work, so I'm a bit tired. Nonetheless, I couldn't stop thinking about this story. I told a few people who sent me emails asking me to make a video on this. I told them I wasn't going to because I didn't have anything to offer up substance because I've already covered videos about bullying on my channel. But I thought about this more, and then when I stumbled across a Reddit page about the story and some posts that I saw from people on the story, I feel inclined to make this because I need to address something which really pissed me off. In fact, I was so pissed off by the stuff I was reading that at work I was literally just my work I was doing, I was literally squeezing it as tight as I possibly could because of how mad I was getting just by thinking about this. So for those of you who haven't heard the story, the link's down below in the description. You can watch the video of a girl by the name of Amanda Tod. Amanda Tod is right here. This is what she looks like. Is a girl who trusted a guy who she thought liked her. And I've made videos on the topic of body image where I've talked about girls wanting guys to approve them for their body, and that guy then takes advantage of the girl. This is one of those scenarios. This guy takes advantage of this girl, who this girl wants approval, and in doing so, the guy gets the girl to trust him and asks for nudes or pictures of her breasts, in which case this girl made the mistake of giving her photos to this guy of her breasts, in which he blackmailed her and spread all of the images around the school, and it got so bad to the point that the police were actually involved with this bullying case of, you know, the classic bullying scheme of things. Images go everywhere on Facebook, and it got to the point, and I even searched it up, I saw it, and it just disgusted me even more, is that there's a Facebook page dedicated to her, the photo that was released. I mean, this is real type of bullying that exists, and I'm not going to sit here and talk to you why bullying shouldn't happen. I think my audience is smart enough to know that bullying, I believe, is wrong. That said, though, I'm not making this video to talk about bullying. I'm making this video to call out the scum, I don't even know what to call you, the disgusting pricks who think that somehow this suicide was deserved. I'm making this video to call out the scum, I don't even know what to call you, the disgusting pricks who think that somehow this suicide was deserved. I don't even know where to begin with this. I'm not a professional in terms of understanding depression, but I have clinical depression. I used to take medication for it. I know what depression does, and I know I've been suicidal. I attempted it twice in my own life. One when I was caught, the second I passed out and nearly died. And that was due to a bunch of events happening at my life, stacking up and getting so much pain in 1 year that I couldn't take it anymore, and it drove me to the point where I actually attempted suicide by overdosing. But I don't want to focus on myself. My point is, I understand depression. I really can relate to people with depression, and I know it takes a lot of strength to commit suicide. Let me tell you that. You can sit there on the other screen and people will judge you because you're depressed or you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, but so many people don't understand people who are struggling with depression or suicide. It's completely overlooked by so many people, and they're judged as weird or being bizarre or whatever, when in reality you have no idea how depression works on people. This girl became extremely depressed from all the bullying, and when she committed suicide, there's been people going all around saying that this is deserved, that this girl made a mistake, which I agree, she made a mistake by trusting this guy. But what's just so disgusting is that the people keep saying that if she hadn't have made that mistake, she would not have killed herself. In other words, her committing suicide is her fault. And I sit back and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Every person who's been watching this video has made some mistake in their life. And just because you make a mistake, and this was a bad mistake on her part, but that in no way says that she deserves to die or she deserves to kill herself because of that mistake. I know a guy, and we're friends, who went to prison. He made a mistake. He's older than me. He made a mistake. He acknowledged his mistake after he went through several years in prison. I'm friends with him. People make mistakes, but if people learn from those mistakes, that's what matters. But people make mistakes, but if people learn from those mistakes, that's what matters. But no. She committed suicide due to all the bullying and all the things spreading about her, the Facebook pages. And there's scum that are justifying her suicide, saying that she deserved. She, in the comments on Reddit, the thread, she had it coming. She had it coming. You're going to show pictures of your boobs to a guy who you think loves you or cares for you, and you want to be validated by the guy, and then he takes advantage of you and screws you over, lies to you, makes you think that he's trustworthy, blackmails you, and you pieces of shit. I know I don't swear often in my videos, and I hate hearing myself swear, but that's really what you are. You are worthless scum to think that her suicide was justified because she made that mistake. No one deserves, no matter what mistake they go through, no one deserves to go through being bullied and humiliated because of that mistake. No one deserves, no matter what mistake they go through, no one deserves to go through being bullied and humiliated because of that mistake. Especially being told that they deserve it. They had it coming. You know, I can't even understand you people who actually think that. You have no concept of depression or bullying. In fact, I would accuse you of being a bully yourself if you think that she had it coming. Comprehend how people can say things like that. Are we such a messed up society? No, we are a messed up society. But you know what thing that just ticks me off even more about this story? Is that bullying is getting all of the attention. We shouldn't bully, I agree. But nothing is stressed. Nothing is focused on about reaching out to the people who are being bullied. Nothing is stressed. Nothing is focused on about reaching out to the people who are being bullied. That's the problem. Yeah, bullying is a big nation thing in the United States. Bullying happens. It's wrong. It's disgusting. I agree with that. But what we should be doing is not giving bullying all the attention. We should be actually trying to reach out and help the people who are going through that. Watch her video that she made, down below in the description. I watched it and tears almost started coming. No, they did come down my eyes. My eyes got all watery and all emotional. Not that emotions are bad, but you know why? Because I could understand what she was saying. As ironic as this sounds, I was mocked and ridiculed when I was at church, when I was 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is something I've never shared on YouTube before. I starved myself to death and went through a stage of anorexia as a male. Anorexia is not just a female problem. It's a male problem too. And because I was mocked for my body weight, something that I can't still, because of how skinny and scrawny I am, I was mocked because when I was younger, I was a fat little kid. I was mocked all the time and ridiculed how fat I looked. So I starved myself. So I know what bullying feels like. It's not something to be taken lightly. But to a message to you people who think that her suicide is somehow justified and deserved, you are one of the bullies. You're no different than the people who blackmailed the girl and who pushed her into this area of her life where she had the strength to commit suicide. I don't believe that suicide is always a cowardly act. I know people who don't understand depression or don't understand suicide. They'll say it's cowardly. But the true coward is the person who won't reach out and help the person who's hurting, being bullied. But the true coward is the person who won't reach out and help the person who's hurting, being bullied, and fighting for their life. And that's all I have to say.